Hey there, I'm Tony from BitSmart Technology. If you've not seen my videos before, welcome. If you have, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be exploring the world of supply chain attacks and how you can protect your business from them. So stay alert and keep watching to learn not only the do's and don'ts, but how you can potentially spot these threats. So what is a supply chain attack? What am I talking about? This type of attack occurs when cyber criminals infiltrate your system by targeting less secure elements of your supply chain. This could be through software providers, third-party vendors, or service providers you rely on for your operations. These attacks can be incredibly damaging because they exploit trusted relationships within your supply chain. Once they're inside, they can access sensitive data, disrupt operations, and even implant malware that can spread to your network and beyond. Supply chain attacks have been on the rise in recent years. High-profile incidents like the SolarWinds hack and attacks on software providers have shown just how vulnerable supply chains can be. These breaches have led to massive data leaks, financial losses, and long-term reputational damage. So how can you protect your business from a supply chain attack? Well, here are some essential do's and don'ts. We'll start with the do's. Do number 1. Make sure you conduct thorough due diligence. Before partnering with a new vendor or provider, perform a comprehensive risk assessment. Check their security practices, their compliance with industry standards, and also ask for a history of any security incidents. Number 2. Implement strong access controls. Ensure that third-party vendors only have access to parts of your network that is necessary for their work. Use principles like least privilege and zero trust to minimize potential entry points for attackers. Number 3. Regularly update and patch software. Keep all of your systems, including third-party software, up to date with the latest security patches. Vulnerabilities in outdated software are a common entry point for supply chain attacks. Number 4, make sure you monitor and audit vendor activity. Continuously monitor the activities of your vendors and look for any unusual or unauthorized actions. Regular audits can help you catch potential issues before they become serious threats. And do number 5, make sure you develop an incident response plan. Have a plan in place. It needs to be robust, but have it in place to enable you to respond to these types of attacks. This should include steps for containment, eradication and recovery, as well as how you communicate to notify affected parties. So there's some of the do's. Let's look at some of the don'ts to keep in mind. Don't number 1. Don't assume vendors are secure. Never take a vendor's security at face value. Verify their practices and regularly reassess their posture. Don't number 2. Don't ignore red flags. If a vendor is reluctant to share their policies or has a history of breaches, reconsider your partnership, because ignoring red flags can lead to significant risks. Don't number 3. Don't neglect training. Ensure your staff are trained to recognize phishing attempts and other common tactics used in supply chain attacks, because human error is often the weakest link in security. Don't number 4. Don't rely solely on contracts. Yes, contracts are important, but they aren't a substitute for ongoing practices in security. Ensure your agreements include security requirements and enforce them through regular checks. And don't number 5. Don't overlook smaller vendors. Small or niche vendors might not have the same resources as larger ones to secure their systems, typically making them more attractive for attackers. So make sure you apply the same security scrutiny to all vendors, regardless of size. But this doesn't mean that you don't go and use small businesses in your supply chain. Small business make up the majority of the UK economy, and their size means that they could have a more nimble way of operating that you just don't get with a big business. Let's answer that question. How can you spot a supply chain attack? Well, here are some warning signs for you to watch out for. Watch for unexpected changes in software behavior. If an application starts acting strangely after an update or installation, it could be compromised. Be alert to unusual network activity. Sudden spikes in data transfers, especially to unfamiliar locations, can indicate a breach. Keep an eye on user access patterns. If you notice unusual login times or locations from your vendors, investigate it straight away. And pay attention to security alerts and logs. Regularly review your security logs for signs of suspicious activity, such as repeated failed login attempts or changes to system configurations. By staying vigilant and following these guidelines, you can significantly reduce the risk of falling victim to a supply chain attack. Supply chain attacks are a growing threat, but with the right precautions, you can protect your business from these sophisticated cyber threats. Don't forget, press the like button, give us a subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more cybersecurity tips, scam news, as well as tech news now and again too. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.